Welcome everyone to our episode 28 of our section Drops of Wisdom from the podcast Cultivating a New Generation. In today's episode, we are going to discuss the book Meta Human by Deepak Chopra. As you know, Deepak Chopra has published a lot of books in terms of this connection with reality and going beyond the abilities that many times we are being conditioned to believe that we have. So we are going to go deeper into this conversation of how can we vanish, dissolve, and expand many of our potential as energetic beings and not just as physical beings. The moment that we start understanding that we are more than a physical body, more than a reality perceived by our senses, will be the moment that we will understand our energetic nature, linked to the earth frequency field, and share with every sentient being. This will allow us to tap into a series of infinite conscious acts to create wisdom and not just knowledge. Actions of kindness, strength to expand communities, and respect nature as our home, which is extremely important now that we are living in a stage where all of the things that are happening with nature are giving us signals that we need to respect more our home. You don't need now a headset to experience that this simulation is something that you are living right now, is a reality that is being created by you. That's not a metaphor now, it's a biological fact, and we can break it down to explain what is happening. At the fundamental level, we apprehend reality through our senses, through filtering the world, our abilities to see, to hear, to smell, to feel, and taste. All of those senses are giving us the experience that we are having in this world. What we experience through these senses isn't technically a concrete reality, but a sophisticated simulation that will never be replicated. And I wish that we really embrace the amazing magical experience that we are having every time we interact with very, very simple things. For example, take your sight. You can say that you can look throughout the window and watch or see a tree. That tree is a collection of particles, the building blocks of matter. These particles emit electromagnetic waves known as photons. Your retina, the layer of tissue at the back of your eye, registers the presence of these photons. If then are captured into impressions of them, into pictures of them, which is sent to your visual cortex, the part of your brain that processes visual information. Only when your visual cortex interprets the signals detected by your retina, you will see that there is a tree. So, how do you know that the collection of electromagnetic waves in your retina is being perceived as a tree? Because your sensory perception interfaces with a mental framework that you have been building since birth. This framework and these conditions you to certain sensory experiences, and it allows you to classify into categories, dividing the natural world up into plants, trees, and flowers. It is this framework that sorts of dividing the world and make it up into those categories. And these frameworks also sort billions of shades into categories like red, blue, yellow, and this applies equally to our other senses. Everything our senses apprehend is alchemized by our minds into information and experiences that we can understand. It's all that magical, chemical, electromagnetic uh, world that is behind the scenes making sense of your physical experience. For example, we sense odors, molecules, floating in a garden, and the mind interprets them as the fragrance of flowers. We sense the vibrations of airwaves in a concert hall, and the mind interprets them as the sounds of an orchestra playing Beethoven's Ninth Symphony. This individual conditioning intersects with a broader, collectively produced mental models that are superimposed on reality. Humans have been creating and participating in these models ever since we evolved by storytelling abilities, sometime in our prehistory years. These models include mythology, religion, and more recently, science and technology. From these models, societies have developed constructs like money, nationhood, and units of measurement like time. In this way, everything we experience is mind-made, mediated and shaped by our mental processes and by certain constructs. Whether you are smelling a freshly baked pie or admiring a rainbow, the reality you experience is actually a sophisticated mental simulation. And as the next moment in time, the simulation won't end here. The mental frameworks of mind-made reality are limiting. They narrow your awareness and constrict your existence. Imagine what you could do and the ways in which you could exist if your reality was completely free of these limiting mental concepts and narratives. You would cease to be a merely human, becoming a meta-human instead. You would perceive infinite possibilities, and in doing so, you would open yourself to each of them, unleashing your limitless potential. It sounds almost too good to be true, doesn't it? But there is no reason to doubt that. You shouldn't become you shouldn't become a metahuman. In fact, metahumans already exist, and we have seen many of them throughout history. Many of the geniuses have challenged and have been able to dissolve those limits and being able to tap into this magical world of infinite possibilities. So to summarize this talk and this reflection about this book of Metahuman, what is meta-reality? Meta-reality is eternal, is timeless, is infinite. Your access point to this infinity is here, now, wherever and whenever you happen to be. The first step on your journey is to ground your body and mind in the present time, in enjoying this moment, in perceiving everything and being open to all the possibilities that are surrounding us. The more you are open to all that experience, the easier it will be that the field is going to feed you the possibilities that match your frequency that you want and the synchronicities that you are expecting of your life. So be open, trust in your ability to be meta-human, and enjoy the ride of having access and having limitless possibilities. Thank you for paying attention. Thank you for being in this episode. If you like, if it resonates with you, please help me to share this episode. And you can also subscribe to my YouTube channel, which is going to appear in the link below. And also, you can connect with me by comments, by any topic that you want me to talk about. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful afternoon, and we will listen to each other next week. Bye.